Keaton Jones. Oh, that might go out live. Okay, let's do it.
Manus flat on the canvas. We are ready to rock and roll. Second round of action. There is a cut on Manus.
Jesus.
Martial arts chat.
My man B-Hop, who got dropped out the ring last night. I need a little judo baby. I need me a little judo baby, and let's do it, Ron. Let's give me
You see what filming this? You've got a face for radio.
That's got a face for radio.
That's nice.
Martial arts chat.
Hello, welcome to Martial Arts Chat Podcast with the Christmas Awards Show. And we're going to try and do this live. Gentlemen, it's a crowded house to say the least. I'll quickly let everyone know of our massive panel tonight, and much bigger than usual. We've got Mr. Kevin Jones of the main event, Mr. Tom Heffernan of the Daily Record, Mr. Paul Bryant of Mostly MMA, Laura of MMA Edge Fantasy Podcast, Don Wilson of Fight Talk Scotland, Miguel Rodriguez of the Brains and Broadcast, and G of the MMA Shower. Gentlemen, thanks very much for giving me your time and your votes ahead of our awards show. But before I continue, just a quick shout out to our sponsors. They help make my life easier in the MMA podcasting world. So if you're wanting to get in shape or get back into shape or just make room for the Christmas pudding that's just round the corner, go to beastfightgear.co.uk, use the coupon code MartialArtsChat and you can save 15% off your purchases. They've got core sliders, strap barbells, complete strength and conditioning programs. I tried that fucking core slider thing the other day. Jesus Christ, man, I nearly fucked my abs and my back up, but that's probably not a good ad for it, but it's good if you want to get in shape, just not if you've got a belly full of Christmas pudding. Also, a shout out to our sponsors, which is A1 Fight Gear. A1 Fight Gear uses the latest cutting edge boxing gloves for professional and amateur fighters, gym enthusiasts and kickboxers, local, national gyms. Do yourself a favour. If you're in the UK, check out a1fightgear.co.uk. And speaking of A1 Fight Gear, we've also been running a wee competition for your chance to win their Christmas bundle. And I'm overwhelmed, man. I had over 1,000 responses over Twitter and Facebook. I'm totally blown away, man. So thank you to everyone who got in touch, and thanks to everyone that shared that post. I've got one lucky winner, and they'll be picked from this. I've randomly selected a few names from that list, so one of the panel members is going to help us out, Mr. G from the MMA Shower. G, if you're okay, I want you to pick one of these names, all right?
Okay.
So the names I've got for you, sir, are Robbie McHale, Paddy Patterson, Ross Balfour, Kieran Orr, Chris Hanlon, Alan Wigfield, Jordan Jackson, and Stephen, I think it's Quadder. So who have you got from that list?
Okay, I'm going to pick, I think you said someone called Kieran Orr.
Kieran Orr, there you go, mate. Kieran, you're our winner, and we'll be sending you a bundle of Muay Thai gear goodies, courtesy of a1fightgear.co.uk. Congratulations, and a Merry Christmas, my friend. So let's get into our categories then. In the interest of good timekeeping, because we're live, you've been given that 2-minute warning, guys, to cast your vote. So first category that we've got, first category of our award show, it's going to be Fight of the Year. It doesn't have to be in the UFC, it can be anything from the MMA world in 2017, and it's the Fight of the Year. So let's start with my favourite and a brand new he's got a brand new phone at hand. It's Mr. Kevin Jones. Kev, you get the 2 minutes. Give me your picks for Fight of the Year and why, sir.
The new phone's in full effect. I hope I'm doing better than last time. Fight of the Year, Derek the Stallion Campos versus Cole Roll, Brandon Gertz. The third fight between them was a rubber match in Bellator. It went down in Thackerville, Oklahoma. If you have not watched this fight, you have to go watch it. Campos lands a great knee in the first round, splits this dude's forehead open, something mean. You've never seen anything like it before in a fight. And he gets stopped in the at the end of the second round, but in the second round, they just went at it. About halfway through the first, through the end of the second, they went at it like two bulls in a china shop, man. It was wild. And it was a hell of a fight, one of the best fights I've ever seen live. So that's my Fight of the Year. Derek Campos versus Brandon Gertz, number 3. There was blood, rubber match, decided for our guy from Lubbock, Texas, and title implications, man. If he wins one more fight, he'll probably get a title shot. So shout out to Derek Campos.
Excellent, sir. Well, next up for the 2 minutes is Mr. Paul Bryant. Paul, let's hear your pick for Fight of the Year and why, sir.
Fight of the Year, I thought that it was probably Eddie Alvarez and Justin Gaethje. They stood right in front of each other and fought, and body shots and head shots, although RDA and Lawler was pretty freaking epic too.
Yeah, good show actually. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people were giving me shit saying, "Why are you doing your end of the year award show? You've still got another 2 fight nights to go." Well, fuck you. I've got a New Year off work, so all I can say is I'm going to enjoy that time. But yeah, that's probably a good show, Paul. It was a decent scrap last night, so I'm glad we got to sneak it in, mate. Next up, the cast of vote, we've got G of the MMA Shower. G, you've got excuse me, you're outside the UFC for this one, right? Or are you not? Give me your 2 minutes. Clue me up. Let me know, mate.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, John. Merry Christmas, my fellow panelists. Yeah, I'm going for Justin Gaethje and Michael Johnson. Pretty much, I think one of the best fights of the year. It literally had everything. I think both guys got knocked down at various stages in the fight. Both guys looked like they were finished. But in the end, Justin came back and did his special zombie act and just kept going and finished Michael Johnson. So that's my fight of the year.
Fair play, mate, fair play. And on to, next up is Lara. Lara, I hope you've amended that choice you went for fight of the year that you gave me initially, my friend. So you got 2 minutes. Let me know. Clue me up. What we got?
That's right, Master Black Negro Jitsu. From the School of Black Negro Jitsu, my fight of the year is Justin Gaethje versus Michael Johnson. Absolutely spectacular fight. Michael Johnson controlled it early, almost finished it a couple times. Justin Gaethje coming back strong late, getting rocked one more time, and then finishing it. If you ever wanted to show somebody a fight to get them into mixed martial arts, it'd be Justin Gaethje versus Michael Johnson. I guess Tamor versus Venata was a great fight, but I don't think anything compares to Gaethje versus Johnson. So that's my fight of the year right there.
Well said, mate. Next up, Fight Talk Scotland's own Don Wilson. Don, give me your 2 minutes and your vote, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to Justin Gaethje and Michael Johnson as well. That fight was just under 2 rounds, but that had everything. That like you said there. So if you want to fight for something to get into MMA, just show them that quick. Had everything. 2 guys knocked down, back up, just going for it. Great fight.
Excellent stuff, mate. Tom Heffernan, it's your turn, mate. 2 minutes and your vote. Go for it.
Yeah, there seems to be a common denominator here, and it's Justin Gaethje. And I'm going with this guy again, but with his fight with Eddie Alvarez. I thought that was a more technical fight. I thought Eddie had a lot in the line coming into that fight. He lost against Conor. No contest against Dustin Poirier. A fight I thought he was losing. So to remain relevant in that division, he had to put on a performance against Justin. And he did. And I thought it was a very clever fight. He used his boxing. He went for the body. Justin was relying on pure grit and determination and just toughness. But Eddie, the fight had everything. It went right almost to the end. Bruises, blood, broken jaws, whatever else. It was a great fight, and that was my fight of the year.
Excellent, mate. And finally, my brother from another mother, Miguel Rodriguez. Miguel, clues up. Who's your pick, mate?
Hey. I always like to involve my listeners, fans, lovers, haters, whatever they want to call themselves these days. And I put it down to a vote on my page, and I let everyone get involved in it. We had it at a 51% Gaethje versus Alvarez. The 49%, I had it down to 2 last picks. It was Medeiros versus Oliveira, which honestly I'm going to say was my honest pick, but the fans wanted Gaethje versus Alvarez at 51%. It was 170 votes total. It was really close. I think so that's how close they got down. Let me see exactly the vote total, just to be accurate here. It was 87 to Gaethje Alvarez, 83 to Medeiros Oliveira. You know how organic my fan base is when it comes to mixed martial arts, so they know their martial arts. I think both fights came down to amazing fights, man. I can't give it to either one. Medeiros and Oliveira, they dropped each other a total like 7 times, I believe. It was back and forth. Being a guy who had a shit ton of money on that fight, I was watching it with every emotion possible. I'm having goosebumps talking about it right now. But, Gaethje and Alvarez will take it at 51%. That's where we had it over here at Brains and Brawn.
That's nice, and that's nice you put a poll out there, an honest poll from an honest podcast. That's good to hear, mate. No, you're not. There's a lot of people in the Facebook world who give you shit for that, but I would just say fuck them,
Yeah, no, well, you know me, I ride my life with fucking my 2 middle fingers in the air.
Good for you, mate, and it's nice to hear there's proper MMA fans out there sharing proper MMA podcasts. Top 5 reasons why I think Conor wears blue underwear is just fucking doing my nutting. So, it's good to hear a genuine podcast and genuine MMA fans. Good for you, mate. So we have a winner, gentlemen. We have a winner in this category. And that winner for Fight of the Year is going to go to Justin Gaethje and Michael Johnson with the 3 votes there. So excellent stuff. Congratulations. He wins some kind of award. I'm sure he doesn't give a fuck, but we do here. So yeah, we loved it, man. We absolutely loved that fight. Awesome stuff. All great shouts though, guys. Appreciate your votes, and fair play to Gaethje and Johnson. It was a barn burner for sure. Let's get into the next category, and it's Fight of the Year. And I'll start with Mr. Tom Heffernan in this one. Tom, who have you got for your Fighter of the Year? What are you picking?
Fighter of the Year, yeah, I think that was fairly straightforward for me, and it was Max Holloway. The guy's a machine at featherweight. He's what is he now on 12 fights in a row? But
it's up there.
Yeah, so I think it's 12 fights in a row. He's not lost a fight since Conor McGregor fight. But what he's done is he's unified the belt against Jose Aldo, the greatest featherweight champion ever. He made it look easy. He came back not so long ago there, UFC 218. Supposed to fight Frankie Edgar. Ended up fighting Jose Aldo again and made it look just as easy. And he was sort of toying with him, to be honest. At points I felt he wasn't in any danger. And as I said in the video, anybody that can do that to Jose Aldo twice in a row has got to be a superstar. And I can't see past him for Fighter of the Year.
No, you're probably quite right, mate.
Sorry, I was just going to say a close second. I know it's Fighter of the Year and there's no silver medals here, but I've got to give a wee special shout out for Rose for beating Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
I know, and I always feel bad. We put a Twitter poll out as well about Fighter of the Year, and Rose was always she was at close second as well for us, mate. And it's like if I did a category for Shock of the Year, I think probably Rose would by far take that. I can't remember who we had on, but the post-fight reaction podcast we did of New York was Rose just stealing the show with taking that belt. It was phenomenal, man. So I think she deserves some kind of shout out or credit, even if she's not maybe taking something on the Martial Art Chat podcast, which I'm sure she'll not give a fuck about. But yeah, you're probably quite right to mention that, mate. It's like Rose Namajunas has had a phenomenal year, all things considered. Let's get the next pick, which will be Miguel Rodriguez. Miguel, it's your go, mate. Fighter of the Year, 2 minutes. I hope it's no Dusty Rhodes, mate.
No, it's definitely not Dusty Rhodes for this one. I did it again. I did the poll with my fans, and we got this one was a little more than I thought. Everyone laid down different names. We had Justin Gaethje was close up there. We had a couple other guys. I can't think at the top of my head right now, but it came down to Max Bless Holloway and Rose Thug Namajunas, and 62% of the fan votes. We had 140 votes. 62% went to Max Bless Holloway, 38% to Rose Thug Namajunas, and like you said, I believe Rose should be mentioned in this, man, because she not only shocked the world, but she made me lose a shit ton of money too. I had Joanna in every fucking parlay possible. I took her as soon as the line opened up, so I got her at like a hefty like minus 300 something before she went into like she was touching like minus 500 numbers in some books. So that, yeah, definitely would be Shock of the Year without a doubt. But Max Bless Holloway, you know how much I love my Hawaiians, John. You know I'm big on my Hawaiian people. Man. They are on a fucking tear right now. I don't care what anybody says. That new guy we got out there, the baby Bam Bam, what's his name, Tai Tabasa or whatever. He's got a fight they just declared, I think about an hour ago. He's gonna be fighting the gorilla, the silverback. What's his name? Askrill. What's his name? Anyone? The
Cyril Asker.
Yeah, Cyril Asker. They're going to be fighting in UFC Perth. I can't fucking wait for that fight. But yeah, my Hawaiians, Max Bless Holloway, Fighter of the Year, without a doubt. I mean, he beat the GOAT twice. How many people could say that?
Yeah, no, you're probably quite right, mate. Lara, you've got 120 seconds. Tell us your Fighter of the Year, sir.
It undoubtedly has to go to the young man that has vanished 2 heavyweight champions this year in under 2 minutes. He's on the FBI's most wanted list for kidnappings due to the brutality of what he did. That's Francis the Predator Ngannou. Absolutely ferocious. What he did to two former heavyweight champions in Andrei Arlovski and Alistair Overeem, absolutely impressive. We have to remember, I think he's only had 4 or 5 fights in the UFC. He already has a title fight, and he does not have an elite wrestling acumen. That is absolutely rare in the sport of mixed martial arts. Usually, elite wrestlers rise to the top. Cain Velasquez, Mark Coleman, all these guys, they rise to the top real quick. Francis Ngannou is just a freak of nature. That's my fighter of the year.
Well said, mate.
I don't mean to cut. I mean, first of all, I want to say, could you put out your school again? Because we all need to enroll. I think everybody out here needs to learn about the school. Enroll now, because I believe it's free too. I believe it's free.
It's free.
Get on it. I love it, baby. That was awesome. I fucking love it. If you guys ever get to meet the Predator Ngannou in person, I swear to God, when I stood next to him in Pittsburgh, the dude didn't even look human. I swear to God, the man is chiseled out of a mountain. I swear to God.
No doubt, man. He looks like the man built for destruction, that's for sure. Let's go to Mr. Kevin Jones now. Kev, I know I've said that a couple of times, but you said to me, I believe it was one of our end-of-year shows, maybe this time last year, that Francis the Predator Ngannou would be heavyweight champion in the very near future. So is he your fighter of the year?
Well, I didn't say the very near future. I said 2018.
Right.
And I think that's come to fruition. He's not my fighter of the year, and the reason being, I love the guy. He's my favorite fighter. He's the best thing going since sliced bread in the heavyweight division or anything else in the UFC right now. Reason I can't give it to him is because he's only 2-0 this year, and one of the guys he knocked out was Andrei Arlovski. My philosophy when it comes to picking a fighter of the year, you got to pick somebody that was more busy. You know, when 2 fights I'm never going to pick a guy. I think I actually picked Conor McGregor in the year that he lost. And I think I picked Ronda Rousey one year. I've seriously got the second thing I did. But, yeah. But people did one year. So I'm thinking Volkan Ozdemir is 3-0.
Yeah, man.
All of his fights. He made his debut this year. He's 3-0. He's got a title shot against DC coming up on January 20th. He beat Ovin St. Pro by split decision in his debut. A lot of guys have a little rocky start, but then he knocked the next 2 guys out. Within the first round, I think within the first half minute, it was Mirkay Serkinov, and I'm probably not saying that. I know I'm not saying that guy's name right, but then Jimmy Manawa.
Yeah.
That's my fight of the year right now. But I got a 1A I'm going to interject. Cynthia Calvillo, since everybody wants to, people picked Ronda Rousey that year. I'm going to throw Cynthia Calvillo in there.
No.
She is 6-0, 4-0 this year in the UFC, and has beat Joanne Calderwood in her last fight, and has a fight against Carlos Esparza coming up on the 30th of this year. If she wins against Carlos Esparza, then she is 5-0 this year, and I don't see anybody that, they're all in the UFC. So, I mean, if we're going to pick anybody, 5-0 speaks for itself. And the fact that she would be 7-0 after she wins that fight, she's my 1A. And then I also want to give a shout-out to Martin Gwynn over there in 1FC. He won 2 titles this year, went 3-0, revenged a loss in his second fight, beat Marat Gornoff, or whatever, however you say this cat's name. And but a title in the featherweight and the lightweight and the featherweight division. I think that speaks for itself, man. Going 3-0 doing that. You're talking non-UFC, he's the fighter of the year, hands down.
Yeah. I mean, I was with you with everything you said until you mentioned Calvillo, who obviously came to Glasgow and beat her own Joanne Calderwood. So, in the interest of me being a biased prick, I can't endorse him, my friend, but I appreciate it.
Don't kill the messenger, Jono. I got to. This is the year-end awards. We got to take the good and the bad from 2017. We're moving forward. 2018, the year of the dog.
You got it, sus. Kev, what was your vote there, mate? Sorry, I missed it. It was Volkan Ozdemir, right?
Volkan Ozdemir. Now, Volkan Ozdemir.
It's time for Volkan. There you go. Let's move on then. Don Wilson, you've got your 2 minutes. Give me your fighter of the year, sir.
Yeah, I'm going the easy way. I'm taking Holloway. He beat Jose Aldo twice. It's not as if Jose Aldo's kicking about in his mid-40s. He's 31, 32, I think. He's still young. And you beat Jose Aldo twice. You finish him twice. I think, and just be that's where you've got to go. Max Holloway for me.
Fair play.
And also, you know how much I'm a fan of Jose Aldo.
You love Jose Aldo, yes.
I'll fight you in the street. So there you go. That's a good one.
No, that you're probably giving him a tall order there because we've spoken many times in this show about Jose Aldo and that fair play, mate. Let's move on then. So G of the MMA Shower, your picks for Fighter of the Year. 2 minutes, go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Rose Namajunas. Not just for the shock factor, which obviously was paramount, but she beat a stand-up expert in Joanna, who I think defended her title 5 or 6 times from about 2 years ago.
Yes.
And, Joanna really looked unstoppable standing up. She just was destroying every other fighter, literally piece by piece, elbows, punches, kicks. Putting it all together, and also I think Joanna partly sort of beat herself. She sort of started to take on a persona, like a character, like she was calling herself the Boogie Woman, and I sometimes Joanna, she looks quite pretty, but sometimes she looks like the witch from Wizard of Oz.
She does.
I believe I posted that picture.
Okay. Yes.
Oh man, that should have been the cover for this show.
With the old pointy hat and
that's it.
It burns. It burns. It burns. Yeah.
So sometimes I want to spend the night with her, and sometimes I don't want to wake up to her.
Sometimes you wanted to sweep your kitchen floor with a broomstick. Yeah. So, but I think Rose, she beat her comprehensively. I think I'm going to use the D word, deserve. I think Joanna deserves a rematch because she's been such a dominant champion. So, but I'm going to give it to Rose. She beat her at the strongest point of her opponent, which was standing up, and she did it convincingly. And I think she'll do it again. So I'm sticking my neck out a bit. I know, John, you like your predictions and things like that. So when you was on my show earlier this week, so you like your predictions. So I think she'll beat her again in a rematch.
Wow, mate, fair play. Fair play.
Tall order.
It is, man. It's a very tall order, but I like bold predictions. So definitely.
I'll tell you how she'll do it. She'll chuck a bucket of water over her.
That's it, mate. Yeah, I'm burning. Well played, mate. Finally, Mr. Paul Bryant, you've got 2 minute warning. It's your go. Cast your vote, sir.
All right, got to really disagree with everyone. Max Holloway, he had a hell of a year. Like someone mentioned before that maybe 2 fights wasn't really enough for fight of the year, but beating Jose Aldo twice and finishing him twice and just outclassing the guy was super impressive. And I got to give honorable mention to Verdum's Boomerang.
Verdum's Boomerang, yeah, man.
That Boomerang's a bad motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, man. He'll do some damage, right?
Hey, whatever fan, he said a fan gave it to him, right? Or he got it from a fan. Whatever fan gave it to him, that's who needs to get mentioned right now. Whoever the fuck down under, give him that motherfucking Boomerang needs to fucking get mentioned right now.
He's got to beat Kobe Covington in a while, man. He's been on a nice little streak till Boomerang came in. And
Boomerang swipe.
Well, that's it, mate. That's it. Yeah, definitely Verdum's Boomerang, man. That's a great shout. Well said, Paul. It's done as much damage as him using the word faggot, and I said the word faggot, so fucking deal with that. But we have a winner. We have a winner after all the votes have been assorted and counted and accumulated, and that winner is Mr. Max Holloway. He's Fighter of the Year. The Martial Arts Chat Podcast.
I'm gonna hit the Pakalolo for all my Hawaiians right now, baby. We just did it. Max
we'll probably get to this later, but UFC Hawaii is something that's been brought up. But before I get to the rest of the panel, because Miguel, I know how passionate you are about the guys in Hawaii there. Do you think that'll ever happen, my friend?
Would it ever happen? Fuck yes, it's gonna happen. I don't care if I have to stand on the top of the fucking volcano and fucking confess this to the world that we are gonna have UFC Hawaii, and I will be present, and I will probably go streaking at the end of the fucking show. But we will have UFC Hawaii. I cannot wait. I'm flying in, and it's gonna be a blessing. Like Max says, stay blessed, baby.
Stay blessed. That says the blessed era. I said we're flying over from Scotland. Don, Tom, we're doing it, mate. Get the Daily Record, Tom, to pay for these expenses. Yeah. Somehow you're going to wrangle it, right?
Cheap holiday.
I'm already there.
man.
I'm staying from Hawaii right now.
Wait, are you guys all saying you guys can come down to Hawaii? Are you guys saying you all come down to Hawaii?
Oh, why not, man? Fuck it. We'll do Ric Flair wheels on the way over. Who cares, man?
We're staying at your house.
Yeah, and on the way back, we'll crash in Miguel's.
Listen, I got a lot of good people out in Hawaii, a lot of good listeners out there. We will have a whole fucking luau if we all go out there, I swear.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Throw a luau for us on the big island, big Kona. Let's do it.
A year to forget. It's always a funny category, and I want to have a wee bit of fun with this, guys. Rather than come to you one at a time, I'm going to just challenge anyone on the panel to convince me who worse in 2017 than Mr. John Jones. Can anyone tell me? The floor is yours, guys.
I got you. Michael Bisping. Worst year, man. I know that's y'all's golden child. Yeah, the worst year.
Nah, not in Scotland,
but
okay.
year, man. So you're talking about a guy, he comes out, he wins a title. People weren't happy about Dan Henderson getting the first title shot. He defends it in 2016.
Okay.
Now flash forward. What's he take? 13 months off? And then he loses to GSP, who's never fought at middleweight.
He needs to take that time off to fix his eye, though.
That's where I got. That's where I made all my money this year, was on the GSP bet. And the rest of the year has not been pretty. But he loses to GSP. So what's he decide to do? 13 months off. And really, man, I mean, that fight was not close. Y'all can try to cut it any way y'all want to slice it, but the fight was not close. And then what's he do? 21 days later, he thinks it's a good idea to go to Beijing, China, and fight Kevin Gastelum, who straight up, I mean, clocks this dude less than half a round.
Oh God, it was bad.
So you're talking about whenever you go to the mountaintop, you fall off. And that's the first fall that you're going to have.
Is that two welterweights in 3 weeks? 2 welterweights put him to sleep in 3 weeks? Was that? Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, G. Okay, perhaps I may have been convinced. Anyone else want to give me worse than John Jones?
No, it's got to be John Jones.
John Jones had a pretty fucked up year.
We're not going to vote for Bisping, although it's a very good shout, and he did get Muller. But it's got to be John Jones. Should be the greatest ever.
Should be.
Total junkie. Should be the greatest ever. 3 fights in a row. Controversy. The last 2 has been USADA testing. The guy's a junkie. He's not learning his lesson. That's the problem. I think that's I know he's only fought once, but he's just not learning his lesson at all. And one day when he's old and retired, he's going to look back and really, really, well, he might do. I hope he does. I hope he does. He has a look back and just fucking hates himself for what he did. You know what I mean? He should have been the best ever. And some people, stupid. I don't think it's right that he's still getting called the greatest of all time and all that sort of stuff.
No, he's
if
ruined
you're
that
a total
now.
junkie like he is, and he's not learning any lessons, and he's constantly misbehaving one way or another, then you've got no claim to any title whatsoever other than an arsehole.
That's how I see it, man. Someone else convinced me. Come on, someone must have something.
I was going to say Andrew Sanchez, but yeah, John Jones had a pretty fucked up year. So Andrew Sanchez out the window. Even though he blew 2 fights, he was up big in both fights and got knocked out late. So that's pretty terrible when you beating the piss out of somebody. You get so tired, you get your ass whooped twice. But yeah, John Jones takes the cakes, man.
Listen, you'd almost give it to Daniel Cormier too.
Cormier, I mean, I agree. I mean, at some point,
because of how all the trash he got, made fun of, gets knocked out.
I don't think you can give it to John Jones because he won his fight.
Yeah, but it's like.
I think that's the problem. But
he did that on his own terms, though, to win that fight. He didn't do it by the rules that everybody else has to play by, and that's what
he lost his title.
John Boy, let's be real, baby. I mean, this shit's been going on. You know, he's not the only guy to be juicing. So I don't know, man. I mean,
but
it's the fight game.
Constantly.
His problem is he keeps getting caught. I think that's the only problem.
Yeah, he's a dumb shit that doesn't think the rules apply to him.
And listen,
this is it. He lives in John Jones land and thinks he can just get away with it.
It sucks.
Hey, it's all
I know his training camp pretty close, and They're all good fucking people. From his wrestling coach to his fucking striking coach. They're all good. Just, I don't know what I mean, I don't know what it is. Sometimes you get to the top of the mountain and it's just not enough for some athletes.
For me,
I can see the argument for Bisping as well.
The guy's got too much money. He's always had too much money. He comes from a good family. His brother's wealthy and a footballer and all that sort of stuff. He looks like somebody that doesn't really need money.
His brother pissed hot too.
Did he?
Did he?
Oh yeah, he just did it too. Yeah, he just did it too. But listen, the year to forget for me is Conor McGregor.
That Thanksgiving, man. That fucking turkey is just full of gold.
We haven't got to see Conor McGregor fight all year, pretty much. Yeah, all year, right?
You can't put it on. You can't. He's definitely not having the worst year at it. He's having the best year.
Best year, yeah.
Financially, he's having the best year. But
as an MMA fan, he made a shit ton of money. That's okay. But as an MMA fan, I'm looking at guys like, listen, Jose Aldo Max Holloway beat Jose Aldo twice this year. Poirier's fucking the diamonds over there killing people. But and Conor McGregor starts all these guys. So I'm looking more at like, is Conor McGregor really this good, or are these guys just getting better as they fight? Because
that's just kind of that's absence make the hearts go fonder a little bit though. That's like we want Conor back because he's not been around, and who did he beat? So we'll go back and look who he beat, and they've been doing well. I appreciate that, but I don't know if I buy that much into it because I look at Conor McGregor and I think he's had a shit year. Financially, he's done brilliantly, but he's had a bit as good a year as Keaton Jones.
Me and Kobe were talking about the whole behavior that he's showing this year. Woo! And yeah, man, I don't know. I think he picks his spots very well. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
smart,
I was thinking
right?
McGregor stuff's outside the cage, but I'm conflicted because I was thinking Bisping as well. But Bisping, his star power's never.
Is John
been
Jones stuff outside
career.
the cage though, Don?
Well, listen, all I'm saying is that Conor is ending the year by making himself look like a complete idiot. I mean, I know a lot of guys who've been diehard fucking McGregor fans. Even myself, I'm a McGregor nut hugger. I've been the whole time. Yep. I'll admit it. But lately, it's just been it's getting a little overboard. Like he's fucking jumping over fucking cages.
Man, you only get one chance.
Don't you think that's intentional?
Yeah, I want to hear Tom's on this because Tom, you've got a conspiracy on McGregor's antics. Go for it.
And listen. For what Conor McGregor's done in 4 years, the guy's not daft. He's a clever guy. He knows exactly what he's doing, and everything seems planned and thoroughly thought out. He went in and he got this fight with Mayweather. He made his $100 million or whatever it was he made. And he also, because he's quite bullshit, he said that he would fight and defend his title before the end of the year. But Tony Ferguson, I think it was, said that while he's away training in boxing, we're all getting better at MMA, and that is very true. Mm-hmm. So, Conor, for me, if he's been focusing specifically on boxing for so long, and rightly so, he's not been training in the gym. He's maybe not been on the mat. He's maybe not been focusing on the right things for MMA. So there's no way he could possibly fight again at the end of the year. So how do you do that? You can't just say, listen, I'm not fighting again because he'll get ridiculed, blah, blah, blah. But if he misbehaves, if he jumps in front of and pushes a referee and slaps a commissioner and whatever else it was he did at Bellator, then all of a sudden he gets taken off. The UFC strip him from the chance, and we don't know when he's going to fight again and all that sort of stuff. Because he needs that time. He needs 6 months to a year, whatever it may be, at least 6 months to go and get back into the MMA gym and the MMA mindset and all that sort of stuff. If he went out and fought before the end of the year or any time soon, he would get destroyed because he's lost that focus. He's out of shape. He's not been training. The other guys have caught up probably, so he needs to get back in there and get better before he can even contemplate.
He was training for jiu-jitsu and stuff during the Mayweather camp, though. I don't think he ever stopped. But Charlie Ward won a fight, man. You only get a chance to celebrate that every couple years or something like that, man. I would jump in the cage and be excited, too. That shit is... I mean, how often would that ever happen again? Like, fuck, man. They should have brought bottles in the cage and everything, man. That's some rare shit.
Maybe put $100 on it at $1 million to win.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a fucking rare occasion. People are missing the point, man. Charlie Ward won the fucking fight. Oh, man.
Oh, guys, we're so short on time. I'm really short on time, so if it's all right, I'll just move on to fan questions. and we've been shortened to. I'll just pick a few from Twitter because we only got 10 minutes left. But thanks for everybody got in touch. We got a lot of questions on Facebook and Twitter, but I'll just quickly get through these. Let's see. First, it's from a regular, Els for Elf. How could I forget you? Els for Elf. She asks, will Conor McGregor ever return to the UFC?
Definitely.
Yes. One more thing.
Without a doubt.
No doubt about it.
As a welterweight, I think.
I see it.
Thomas talking about 6 months.
I hope he comes back for a super fight and knocks GSP the fuck out for all you GSP lovers.
Do they still do the big fight weekend round about Super Bowl time, or is it just like there's not usually like it kind of crosses over?
International fight week, innit, for UFC?
It's a bit too close, maybe.
Yeah. There you go. I hope that's answered your question, mate. I think it's an overwhelming yes. At Underleo Y, I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. Underleo Y. Why is Ric Flair a hashtag for this show?
That's why.
That's why. Take your woo.
That was a plant.
Shove up your
That
arse.
was a plant. That comment. That
He's
was
a legend.
Just
Yeah.
did that, can't we?
Fucking
Lying,
woos.
cheating, stealing.
Why is a woo a podcast for the show? Because Tom Heffernan.
Taser charged. Get the taser charged.
Tom Heffernan hates kids at the UFC and he wants to taser them, and he hates Ric Flair. That's what I got from that.
UFC should start having managers. Like, they come out with fucking Ric
Yeah, man. Brand panties,
Paul Bearer. Yeah.
Paul Bearer.
Bearer.
Bobby the Brain.
That's what I was
That'd be
thinking.
amazing.
A lot of people need mouthpieces legitimately, especially the foreign guys.
Yeah, I'm not being funny, but Francis Ngannou, I appreciated his post-fight speech, but fuck me, it was going on about 5 minutes too long. So if you had Bobby the Brain Heenan doing his post-fight speech, can you imagine what Francis the Predator Ngannou would be like? Is that too far? Is it too far?
If Paul Heyman comes out, I will fucking shit my pants. Paul Heyman comes out and does the whole shit. I swear to God, it would be fucking awesome. But only in Bellator.
Only Bellator.
They sign that off straight away.
They would sign that off, man. You're right.
Guys, I've spent about the past 12 months trying to convince the man that sits in the desk beside me, who is nearly 60 years old, that has never seen the UFC before in his life, that this is not professional wrestling. Because he was convinced it was, and this is not helping.
Yeah. Can I just say that this typifies things this side of the pond. Like, this is what Tom's up against. The mainstream media. Tom, I'm sorry for speaking for you, mate, but I hope you don't mind. But like this side of the pond, particularly in Scotland, like, see, I don't know how you guys treat it in the States, but see, trying to convince people that this isn't WWE. You've no idea, man. Like, it's still so raw, so alien to people in Britain. Even with the Conor McGregor effect, it's a nightmare trying to tell people. By the way, this is real.
Somebody asked me the other day, you do that bare knuckle boxing, do you? I ain't bother, mate. I do the bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah, I'm a gypsy. What? Fucking pikeys over here. Anyway, let's take one more for Twitter, guys, before we wrap up. Alan Douglas, nice simple name. I like it, mate. Thanks for getting in touch. Ngannou versus Stipe. Who we got, guys?
Stipe.
The Predator.
Yeah, I'm going to go
in.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm going Ngannou.
Whoever's got
Play the numbers. Go Ngannou. Nobody's going to take the third defense for a reason. Ngannou just, that's knockout of the year in my book. When he hits Alistair Overeem with that left uppercut, looked like he was opening a bottle top, dude. It was
took his soul out.
This
I thought he
fucking
had
guy
killed him.
lifts people off his feet. He lifts people off his fucking feet when he punches them.
He's something that I've never seen before.
They're about to put out another Sarah alert for another heavyweight champion, man. That's what's going to happen. Stipe's about to come up missing too, man.
Yeah, and Ngannou's going to beat 3 people in a row. He'll be the guy that breaks the record.
Someone said Stipe, though, and I want to know why you think Stipe would win, because, there's got to be a reason. Stipe's fucking champion for a reason, so he's not... Yeah. He can't just go and get annihilated, right? Or is
I thought that a bit over him, Miguel. I thought that a bit over him. I was like, he had all the tools to beat him, but
I want to see Stipe at least try and defend, like get past the first round and see where it goes from there.
Yeah. I hope I'm
picking Ngannou though. I want to see how it goes past the first round.
I've never seen him on the ground.
I want to see Ngannou just get hit hard. I want to see him just get
test his chin,
stunned.
right? Yeah.
I want to see him get stunned.
Some guys like that, I've never took a proper shot. Like, you can take stuff in the gym, but when you take one of those small gloves to the face when some guy's flinging to defend his title, I want to see how he reacts to that.
So you're telling me that Stipe is going to open up as the underdog for this fucking fight?
Oh man, I don't know. Kev, you might know about that. Was Stipe open up as the underdog?
Alistar Overeem was, if you don't remember, Alistar was beating the piss out of Stipe on his feet before he ran. And
was he though? He touched him up a little bit. I don't know if he was beating the piss.
Remember who the last person was?
Alistar opened as a dog, big dog.
Yeah.
I remember Stipe was getting boxed about, and I'm like, that's when I heard the Ngannou one, I'm like, ooh, like I couldn't remember who it was. It was
I'll never
out down on the
that.
feet.
I'll never forget that night. I had the ugliest $25 parlay to win like 800 and something, and it was like a 7-pick. No, I'm telling you, it was like a 7-pick parlay, and all I was waiting on was fucking Stipe, and it was the most confident one of the night. And all of a sudden he got dropped, and my whole heart sank like, "Oh my god, it's over! It's over!"
What was that? Was that the night he won the title, Miguel? Is that the night?
That was when Alistair. That was when he fought Overeem.
Oh fuck yeah! And he dropped him.
Because I hit all 6, and I was waiting on my 7th pick, which was
the world champ. I'm the world champ.
One and Stipe, and all of a sudden Stipe. Well, it was just a weird strategy, guys. Come on, Alistair was running around like he was running and stopping.
He was running away.
Yeah,
Senor Miguel, if I may, the biggest problem with what you said right there is the word parlay, my man. You gotta lay off them. It's hard enough to pick one of these fucking.
No, you always do one big fun parlay. I call it the big fun parlay, the quarter parlay. You do a $25 fucking crazy
losing money's
parlay.
never fun to me.
What I will say is Stipe did beat Dos Santos last time, and Dos Santos at one point was Ngannou for the big puncher, the knockout artist, and he took him out in the first round.
Yeah, but that doesn't take away his punching ability, though, does it?
No, maybe Stipe's wrestling might help him to defend past the first round. I'm not sure. It may come into play, but power, Nagano's just freak. So,
and the combinations he throws. I mean, the abilities he has, the athleticism, and the speed. It'll be too much for him. I mean, Stipe got that boxed in style with his shoulders are squared up. You got something coming out of way out of left field that he's not going to see coming. And that happens to everybody. It's going to happen to him too.
Stipe's more like a European boxer. He's more square on shoulders,
which traditionally works very well in the heavyweight division in the UFC.
Yeah, like Cain Velasquez. Yeah.
You think if this goes to decision, Stipe wins?
Yeah.
No, it's not going to a fucking decision. What are you talking about?
You kidding me on? And a heavyweight fight anyway?
25 minutes. Oh, no.
Not with these cats. No.
Yeah, I don't see any way it gets to the ground, so they're going to be throwing heavy leather for, like, the duration of the bout. So somebody's going down.
Unless they just do a Nick Diaz and lie down.
That's where my money's going. I bet the over is fucking money. I'm going on the over. Over 2.5 rounds.
This is the human equivalent of King Kong versus Godzilla. So
please don't take fight picks. Don't play parlays and
that was like
2.5 in this fight.
Hey, that was like a 3-hour fucking movie.
It's going to be a 5-round fight. That's for sure.
It'll be big in Japan.
Yeah. Japanese love it. Guys, we're so short on time, so we'll have to wrap up. I'm sorry, but in the interest of good timekeeping, we're here. I know, man. We're here to call it a day. But it's been awesome. Thank you so much for giving me your time on this award show. And I thank you to everyone who was able to share all our love. The votes are in and they're done, and thanks to all your help and to the fans as well, obviously, and of course to the panel here today. My thanks to Mr. Kevin Jones of the Main Event, to Tom Heffernan of the Daily Record, to Laura of the MMA Edge Fantasy Podcast, to Don Wilson of Fight Talk Scotland, to Miguel Rodriguez of the Brains and Brawns Podcast. Oh, fuck you, Addicted to UFC.
Drink more, laugh more.
That's it, mate. Enjoy yourself. Stop hating on Paul Bryant. The guy's a good guy on mostly MMA. And G of the MMA Shower, you're the man, brother. Thank you so much for having me on the other day. Shout outs to Kobe Corner as well, and to Bob Carson for reasons they couldn't make it. But we love you guys. And I'm John Boy McElroy for Martial Arts Chat Podcast. We'll catch you next week for the very last show of the year. I'm going to be speaking to Robin fucking Black. He's returning on the show, and I'm so fucking excited. But a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year when it comes. Just a quick reminder, if you like this show, then hit me up on facebook.com/Martial Arts Chat. We're on Speaker Live, Spreaker.com/user/MA Chat. That's for Martial Arts Chat. And if you want to hit me up on Twitter, I'm at Martial Arts Chat as well. I'll let you enjoy Christy Moore fairy tales in New York, but all the best, God bless, and we'll catch you again for Robin Black and then again in 2018. Merry Christmas, my friends.
Dreams come true. So happy Christmas. I love you, baby, said Shane McGowan from Puckon in the County Tipperary one grand Friday morning, and I took him by the hand and I gazed into his Tipperary eyes and I kissed him on the lips and I said, hey Shane, I love you too, baby.